Hi everyone, Mike Brown here with you again. Welcome back to Educator.com's Adobe Photoshop CS6 course. We're continuing our discussion about selections. In the last two lessons, we've gone over the tools, how to apply them, how to add and subtract, how to use Quick Mask to paint corrections into existing selections or paint selections from scratch. We've talked about all of that, but one thing we haven't discussed at length is how to control the edge of the selection. And that is the vital part of making a selection that ensures you have a perfect blend when you make a correction within the selection to the outside area, or whether it gives it away and screams Photoshop. Feather is the thickness and softness of the selection edge. In certain circumstances, you will want a clean but not too harsh edge, soft and clean. In certain circumstances, you use a very, very soft, gradual edge that allows a transition gently from one area to another. Let me show you how feather is defined, what it looks like, and how to use it. All right, and we're going to use two different examples of that, and let's go ahead into an image. Here we have this image right here. All right, you saw this one in the last lesson, and if you remember, we did a straight line selection all the way across the water's edge and then a freehand up the hillside. Let's zoom up real tight on that, and what you see a clean edge, but it's not hard. Hard means no pixels at all. There's a couple of 3 pixels of softness here. Even in the edge of the trees, there's just a little softness. If we were to make, remember the definition of feather is the thickness and softness measured in pixels. And in that last lesson, I used 2 pixels and didn't explain it. If we had used 0, which means it's a hard edge, and I just make a little selection, selecting the ocean here, and come up and do a straight line over to here, and just work this area right in here. There we go. Look at it under the Quick Mask. Notice how harsh the edge is. It's jaggedy and it's absolutely hard in other places. So if I make an adjustment, let's just say of exposure, look at the edge along the trees. It's absolutely identifiable, and that's a giveaway of Photoshop. If, on the other hand, let's load that selection back up. If I take that selection, which is absolutely harsh, and I go to my Select menu to modify feather, and remember we used 2 pixels in the last lesson. I'll just go 2 pixels. Click OK. Look at it under Quick Mask. Look what we've done. We softened up that edge just a little bit. So now if I go in with my curves and I do the same thing, look. Along the tree line, it blends, and especially along the shoreline, you see no hard edge, just softened enough. Now, I want you to be aware that that edge is still, at a distance, pretty harsh, but it's clean and soft. That was the application of feather, just on a very tight edge. All right, I gave you a quickie, but I want to define feather a little more clearly. Let's go to